Hildebrand dance. Yeah. Okay.
And welcome to a fresh session of Rescue at Raxis.
Hooray.
Last time, Hufflesworth just continued to show dominance, absolute dominance, did not get punished for it.
He's the alpha.
We'll learn no lesson from this.
He is the alpha and the omega.
He was punished. He passed the fuck out.
Yeah, that's a problem.
He has no memory of what happened.
I was gonna say he's not gonna remember that.
He thinks he had a nap.
No, he was mad at me. I remember.
No, he's the best.
For a brief moment, Cornelius was a chicken chaser. Not that he knew it. And then they all returned home, a little worn out, a little sullen in some spots, but it's a new dawn, it's a new day.
Wait, did we return home? I thought we were at the bar.
Well,
Yeah,
some
we
of you
head off
did.
at the-
Well, I don't know if you're still at the bar with Horizon West, but Cornelius went back to the bar at the very least.
Yeah, because I thought because Cornelius is at the bar with Melgern. There was a chicken. Corvus had a laugh.
I got
Yeah,
away
they
with an
keep-
incredibly blatant subterfuge, yes.
But that was also more because I confused about the chain of events. I thought the chicken was, as we saw as she was walking up to the bar, that the chicken was already there. So that was
She
me that got
was.
confused.
Hearing
He has a hard
excuses.
time remembering what animals his
I'm
girlfriend.
hearing
is
excuses.
into.
Well, I'm not saying that I had guessed it anyway, but I'm just saying that's what the events was that I thought it was, but it doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
What's happened has happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you guys up to?
Well, is it the next day or is it still evening?
It's on the ones who are still at the bar to decide that, really. You had decided to head home. Guess Sally was having an early night.
I'm drinking, possibly starting a bar fight. Depends on what someone says to me.
Rain would highly advise against the bar fight, and would
Oh, that's
suggest that if you
convenient
wanted to
because we
pull
got an
off
arena
scenes-
right behind us. All right, let's throw down, Nick.
Yes, that's what Rain was going to suggest, actually.
All right, that's
If
it.
you're
You, me,
gonna-
Rain, arena now.
No,
Go ahead.
no.
What?
No.
Are you afraid that you're gonna embarrass yourself in front of your boyfriend?
Oh yeah, you think you're going?
You can pick which one I'm talking about here.
I'm very intelligent in the fact that I know that in a physical combat, Malgern would win.
It's not
Oh,
just...
Arena, though.
Yeah, the arena allows magic.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it?
If
But the
she
thing
said
is
that,
it really fair to like electrocute the shit out of him?
Yeah, because he's going to be
It's
pummeling
an
the shit out of
arena.
you.
Yeah.
sounds like something a loser would say. Drink.
She's just gonna shake her head. No, I'm not doing this. Somebody else can do this, but I'm not doing that right now.
I look around the bar.
You do.
Why not Zarzul?
No, I like Zarzul. That's the difference between you and him. I like Zarzul. I like his funny smoke things.
And I'm smaller. That doesn't help. You don't look good beating up smaller people. Now, beating up knife
Rain
eaters-
is technically taller than me, so it wouldn't look so awkward.
But it'd look very bad if you lost.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't lose.
Yeah, just don't lose.
And I have all my spell slots.
Mm-hmm. The question is, do I take this one step further and be like, fine, I challenge your boyfriend?
No, he's drunk as shit.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he is pretty
It's a pretty good chance you'll say yes then.
bliss.
Yeah, he probably would, but he's drunk as shit.
Yeah, there's no honor.
It probably wouldn't be that
There's
impressive.
no
a
honor
fight.
in beating up someone who can't hold his liquor like a sissy. As I wring my beard out into my mouth because I spilled some.
Just flopping it
You
wetly
are
onto the
disgusting.
bar, dragging it back and forth to catch every spillage, and then wringing it
Yeah.
out. It's not just your drink, it's every drink that was there.
Hey, free booze.
Rain would not be amused.
Sasul scoots nervously away from Brayden to make sure that his pipe doesn't catch any fire.
Oh, that would be terrible if my beard caught on fire.
That would be hilarious.
They water down the drinks too much for that. But are you actually going to do anything here? Converse, interact.
I mean, we were just conversing and interacting.
Continuing the slap fight here. Yeah, but let's be honest here, most of that was not in character.
Actually, it was.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think both of us agreed that that was.
Yeah.
Well, you could always drag her down.
No. I'm in a
He's
weird spot
polite
here
enough.
because Malgern wouldn't try to force this. That's the thing, is I don't think he would push it that far.
She said you're short.
Mm,
Was I the one that said he was short? I thought that was somebody else.
yeah,
She said your beard is short as well.
No, I didn't. I said his beard was disgusting. There's a difference.
I take that as a compliment, especially from an elf.
I mean, we've got this empty space right here, you know?
I love how you were- I've just been watching him do this. I was like, he's thinking about it. Yeah. I was waiting for him to drop a circle. Yeah.
I mean, it's a squared circle, but it does count.
That's a rectangle.
It's a squared circle, yeah.
Welcome to the kingdom of madness.
Yeah, let me just put in turnbuckles.
Oh, it's a shame you're not streaming this.
Well, all I'm doing is drawing a box. This is not artistic talent that needs to be cared about.
Oh, but for the memes, man.
Well, it's all on you guys.
From the top.
Well, Rain's main idea is she's figuring.
And
okay,
in the
yeah,
red corner, we have Malgern, the dwarf,
no,
champion fighter. And the other corner, we have Rain.
no, you do not.
And here comes Alcano with the chair.
Oh god, that'd be pretty.
Rain,
You're talking with a chair.
cleric, wizard, person, thing, half elf. Possibly healer. Was the finger motions being done at that time.
Well, I don't know. The only reason Cornelius isn't dead.
It's because Zarzul saved him.
No.
Great healers, they've got the arena.
Fight!
No. You can fight. Go get Malgern's boyfriend. He'll fight him.
Okay, did she say that in character?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh God.
Oh, hold on, things are. I wanted to do this.
Is he going to strike a woman?
Hold on, my character sheet is fucked.
Correction, is he going to strike an elf? That's an easier question.
I mean, so that one would always be a yes. I think it's
Yeah,
the
we
one
know that
part.
answer.
He's had bad luck
Oh.
before.
But would he strike the elf that heals him?
I think he just did.
Oh fucking hell!
That's a 19 to hit you.
Yo,
I wasn't gonna do anything, but the boyfriend pushed it. Mm-mm.
Okay then. So did you slap her or?
It's
No,
a
I
fist
fought-
of fury, so I
I
guess
imagine he just punched. Like he wouldn't, reserve his strength.
No, I,
Yeah,
I
not,
yeah.
not to mention he would have to reach up there.
Well, it's a gut punch, I imagine.
give you a Charlie horse.
Like there's no reason he'd hit you any differently than he would a normal opponent.
Give her an Indian burn. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Stamp on her foot.
Just with your callous hand, just grab around her wrist and just.
Yeah, that would fucking hurt.
What the fuck was that?
That was 6 bludgeoning damage. That's what that was.
He's not my boyfriend. Don't
You might want to tell
appreciate.
him that.
Damn it!
What happened?
He crit failed.
Did he try to hit again?
Yes.
Why don't you tell him that? Yeah, I would have swung again.
Well, then she probably would have just stepped back and gone, right then. You might want to cool down.
I was waiting. He steps out.
Okay, what happened?
I
Well-
saw Kurgatz like walk up behind Malgard. I was waiting for something to happen. and
Well, he
then
did. Look. Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
a chair of a chair.
The chair. Oh, I didn't. Nice. Oh, I like that token.
Also, he struck you with his hammer.
Ow!
Okay.
10 bludgeoning, so quite a big hit.
Yeah, that kind of hurt.
That's a dwarf
I
assaulting
said-
you.
Yes, I noticed that. And she's not looking much chuffed about it.
On the bright side, however, you are noticing there is a quiver of support among the people who are watching, as this dwarf is just assaulting a lady, because they don't know Rain.
Wait, I'm being supported. This is awesome.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Oh,
There steps in
Malgard.
heavily, golden, glorious, shimmering, slightly oiled, but well rubbed in. Emerging triumphant from his bout, Salamez the champ, standing a
Oh,
good
God.
head and shoulder above the rest of the people in the crowd. Now hang about here, shorty. Is he hurting you, ma'am?
She just looks confused. It's alright, I know him.
That don't make it right.
He's a fucking dumbass. It's alright.
You want us to remove him?
No, he's alright.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh,
God.
fucking hell. Malgard! And I just kind of lean over and I go, Malgard, why don't you just get your drink and drink? Okay?
Because
This'll
I've
be
already
for-
had a drink.
This will be an athletics check, but I only have an attack for him.
Okay. Athletics, you say?
Yep.
Don't fail me now.
Yep, 31. Because he is in a full furious rage at having his strength questioned. You are hefted by this great golden dragonborn. Alright, now let's see how far he can get you.
I think I
Why
found
is
the
it,
perfect gift
why is
for
it
it.
always Dragonborn? I hate Dragonborn. I hate them.
It's a fairly good toss. Malgern goes over the crowd. He doesn't go out the door, but he makes an imprint on the wall beside it. We'll say... Nope.
1d8 under
11 damage.
Of course he rolls max damage.
You're not seeing a lot of favorable expressions on the people as you pick yourself up off the floor.
Rain is looking. She doesn't know if she should be mortified or amused.
She's definitely not
I
thinking
think
of
it's
helping.
probably baffled.
Think you're the only one that can toss around here. I'll show you a toss.
Oh God.
That's a
No,
miss.
I won't. Yeah.
Mind you, he did have partial cover thanks to the crowd.
Oh god! Oh no!
So roll damage.
I'll roll the damage.
Zarzul, can you go get Malgern out of here?
There's a man who the hammer hits him, blood spurts. He's not moving.
Oh no!
Oh God.
Hey,
I
There's
go
an-
over to fix
There's
him.
an audible gasp from the crowd.
I go over and do the healing wounds thing.
okay, I think
Malgern, you
that's
have
the
to
most.
do that.
I think that's the most cleric thing. I go over and do the healing wounds thing.
It's his technical term. Used for those who aren't familiar with what actual healing is.
No, that's inflict wounds. Oh.
No, do that.
Yeah,
Sure. Why not? It's a good time.
I want cure wounds.
You want cure wounds, yes.
I almost clicked inflict wounds. It's a misclick.
The guy is alive. He's probably lost about, he was probably a solid 7.5. Now about a 4. That jaw does not look good. That cheekbone looks like it's floating now.
Oh.
Nearly dead. Malgern, you are Oxford from the premises. A couple of muscle-bound folks in heavy armor hoist you up by your armpits and cart you out the door.
You can't do this to me.
Your feet are only
I'm the-
just off the ground.
I'm the hero. Van.
Dylan!
Drunk
As you
as
hit the
shit, go
ground.
home.
3-day ban.
Ooh.
Ouch. That's gonna sting.
Could have been a lifetime ban for taking a life.
Yeah.
He's alive. Kind of.
I say rather loudly, Rain, you should stop winding him up like that.
I
Yeah,
head back. I
all
didn't
her
do
fault.
much to him.
It's all her fault. Clearly.
All I can picture is a kobold stirring a pot full of shit right now.
I know. Rain goes back to join Horizon again.
There's a lot of bones snapping and popping as Salamez just shifts his shoulders. That weren't very nice. Thought we had a laugh before. That's the little one. And, you're not in bones anymore.
No, I'm not.
It was a good look for you.
No, it really wasn't.
Make you memorable, though, as he sits down the bar on 2 stools.
Man, Salamis
Ah.
is big.
He's huge. He's bigger and wider than Kagratz is. Kagratz himself is gigantic. He's practically a Goliath.
Why is it always the Dragonborn? I'm noticing a theme, and I'm not sure I like it.
I don't know, you've had more issues over dwarves.
Wasn't gonna do anything, but then she said the B word.
There was Yorant. Yosef also fucked around with you. Karagrim. He flagellated you with his fucking beard.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you were waiting for that.
It's nice that it happened.
Mhm.
So, do we get to hear the tale of the drunk staggering through town, mud-streaked? Or do we stick with the bar? Or do we just move on to the next day and then we work out what happened to
He
the
goes
rest of
home
you?
and pets his cat.
I'm gonna help Malgern home.
You're gonna help my girl home? Rain, what are you gonna do?
I'd probably stay until whenever the heck Horizon needs to get home.
Are you going to continue to drink and enjoy?
Less drinking, but enjoying, yes.
Alright, you have a fairly good time. A lot of very incidental chatter, nothing vital. Nothing worth really latching on, but a few of them joking about some of the exploits of Horizon in the arena. You know, he's exciting. He's not a winner,
Yeah.
but he never seems like a loser.
Yeah, he's one of those fan favorites where he's just cool, but at the same time it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
he's not really got a chance, does he?
Yeah, Bookie has said he's very good on amateur night.
He's one-shot Duncan from the Knights of the Old Republic.
He's as physically capable as Cornelius is, really.
I don't appreciate that gift, Scotch.
And so we start with a fresh day for some, and a regret for others. Zarzul, you regret that you are not waking up thoroughly hungover. You did not have time to fully indulge yourself at the bar. You had to help Malgern after all.
It's fine.
Malgern? Probably don't give much of a shit.
No. I mean, I can't remember. When was the last time I got drunk? I don't get drunk. What are you talking about?
It was whenever you said you were going to find yourself.
Yeah, like, no, I can.
You left the
handle my
group to go
drink.
find yourself, and then you showed up every time, pissed beyond the fart.
Yeah, no, I have a good constitution. I don't get drunk.
And then there was that drinking contest you
Yeah,
lost.
Yeah, I was about to say
Now
the
when's
drinking
breakfast?
contest.
Remember you lost that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who won
So
that?
congrats.
Congrats, won that.
Say it louder.
Shut up, Tom. That's what this is all about. Fuck you. Oh, sexy dragonborn.
And speaking of congrats, he awakens in bed with the tiefling, the one party member really that you haven't had a conflict with, Malgern.
No.
Because you were iffy on the kobold at first.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's alright now, yeah. But yes, it's a fresh day for all of you.
Yay.
Rain, it's up to you whether you came back to the place, or you wake up in the very plush and eclectically decorated room of Horizon West.
Probably
Hold
the
on.
plush room.
Hold on, hairball.
Fucking hell.
It could always be worse. You could wake up and just look across the bed and see him cleaning himself with the legs stretched up. Cats always love to do the long, awkward leg thing.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I have one doing it right now.
So, what are you guys doing? It's all on you. You could even converse with each other in the morning to discuss plans and activities.
Yeah. So, Malgern and Zarzul, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Heyo.
He's searching for something to eat.
I was wondering if the two of you had anything to do with this today.
Nothing I can think of.
Was going to go out and get some supplies. Might need a few more rations for our next journey. Maybe another couple of healing potions.
Alright.
I mean, you do have the talent to make them.
Ingredients for healing potions is also required.
Yep. Also, today's breakfast is a fine selection of variously heated breads. Some dark, some merely crisped, and also Some rather well fried. Inert young is a great way to call them.
What is the equivalent of France in D&D?
Probably Cormyr. That's sort of Arthurian legends and noble knights and all. That's a bit more sort of Frenchy.
Well, I'm suggesting that Cornelius probably have Cormyrian toast then.
It's probably not something they've ever made or eaten there, but it's just one of those things attributed to him.
Yep.
Some dude wanted to make a fancy dish he calls a Cormyrian toast. Yeah, sure, Orbinson's able to fix it up. Droop, of course, giving instructions, because he's had to make it many times. He's very antsy as well whenever he's making it, because he knows there's an exact timing. Otherwise, he'll throw it in my face.
No, never.
Never. Cornelius is too poor to waste food like that.
No, I just tell him to do it again.
Make it again.
This
What do you
time,
mean
do
to
it
have-
right.
I'm teaching him the habit of making sure that when he does something, he should try to do it correctly, and he can only do so by practice.
I'm sure he glances at you, Malgern, when he says that.
If he does, I stare him right back.
No, I think that was me telling it to the DM. But in any case, if you have any time around this morning, I would suggest we should probably teach Lorna to get more comfortable around magic use.
You know, I think that's one of the smartest things I've ever heard you say.
Well, you should pay attention more often then.
He shrugs.
In any case, I was thinking about going outside of the city walls a bit, and I've Droop doing a little bit of target practicing with his spells, and I figured if Lorna was there, perhaps she would get more used to magic getting fired off.
I mean, if Droop's the one doing it, yeah.
And with Sarsuo's help to hopefully help make sure that she doesn't panic with his expertise with animals.
Sounds like a reasonable idea.
There's an agreement then. Now about you, Castalia, I presume you're after your work at the forge?
Just
Smithery,
for a
sorry.
bit. I got a bunch of stuff flittering through my mind I have to take care of.
Dance lessons once again, or something else?
No, more mental than anything.
Ah,
But why not see if Malgern and Rain will take their respective pets and talk with Adagoon about the twig blights that Zarzul found.
I probably should be sending a message to Adagoon about what we found.
If only there was some sort of spell.
Some sort of spell that one had.
Yeah, the one had that you could use to communicate with someone over long distances.
Oh, yes, Rain also at the morning table as it's the Horizon West.
I would have probably stayed with Horizon West.
Okay, so you're not part of this
So
discussion.
no bread
then.
for you, okay.
However, at some point she probably would send a message over to Cornelius because he can respond, and then would ask if there's anything planned for the day that requires her input.
Well, Rain could probably, once I figured out something about with Adagoon, I presume she could probably go there herself with with Pufflesworth, I think that's a whole nother thing that needs to be trained right there, and I think she's gonna need help with that. So, depending on how the day's work is, in any case, I'll try and attempt to contact Adagoon. How about you? Congrats.
Ah, well. Probably get back to the Temple District and then. I'm not sure, but that's probably gonna fill my day up.
All right then. I'll probably try and if I get the time today after having practice and with other engagement I have later today, I'll probably try and get past the Temple District and figure out what the results was from the captives that we rescued who had the terrible deeds done to their bodies. See if they found a solution or not. In any case, finish your breakfast and I'll send a message for Atagoon.
I can see everybody's jumping right in to join this
Yeah.
conversation.
I guess no one else has anything to put into it.
No, what you have to do is fucking poke him. Zarzul, what are you doing today?
Apparently trying to train a cat or a not cat.
A not cat and a rather rambunctious little shit.
You could also have plans of your own. They may conflict, in fact.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I was
why
go-
I asked.
I was going to go get, look at getting some more potions, seeing we've gone through a few, and some more rations.
Yeah, but that's probably not going to take the entire day. It's basically what I'm. So we could probably just do that after you've done purchasing and set things up for distilling the healing potions.
There's always that glass case with the phoenix ashes for a very affordable price.
You just really want us to go back there.
Yes.
I'm just saying there's a wide variety of goods on offer there. So many conversation pieces and party topics.
And you are not taking Droop there. Oh, I can't say this, can I? Never mind.
Yeah, no,
Father?
you can't.
Yeah. We also need to start preparing where we're going to go next. Whether we try and get the diamond mine up and going again, or what have you.
Yes. About that. Can we get the map up for a moment? It's just so that it's a bit easier to. There we go. Yes, I was thinking about that. So I was considering that perhaps once we decide to take off to take a look at the mine, that we should probably take a look at the Corbin village while we are out there to make sure that everything is all right. And then we can head towards the mine. How does that sound?
Feel my pain.
I was about to say, I would be saying yes right now, but I'm not there.
Do you remember what Corbin village was? People?
No.
Thank you. Just Just
I
be honest
wanted to
and say
make
no.
sure. I was gonna say no, but it's like I guess nobody else remembers either, so no.
Yeah, Caravan Village was the one where the so-called heroes of Van Dalen has come to secure.
Oh, yes, the wandering merchant group, or the wandering mercenaries.
Yeah. Basically, I just kind of want to make sure that that back way is actually secure.
They had a name.
Yeah, but that part I don't care about.
Hmm? Well, do we have any information about the members of the royal family we're supposed to save?
We do not have any information about them just yet, but I assume we will probably be getting a little bit more about it once we get invited back into the noble quarters.
Hmm.
After all, we did just. I do believe we have gotten into quite a well favor.
True, true. I should also
Sorry.
I should also check in with the Foggle Clumps, see if they're willing to head back down into the depths. But I don't think that'll be too much of a trouble.
Yes, but as we do recall, we might want to check and make sure that before we even consider going there, probably check ahead and make sure that they haven't started placing guards down there.
True.
As he mentioned, as he did mention that if any of the Fucklecums are seen near that, it could be dire consequences for them.
Right.
We could probably get away as we don't and feign ignorance.
Well, even then, we can still go back to say, oh, we're just looking back to make sure all the corruption is rooted out.
Hmm. So yes, we should probably consider if we get the time to get down and take a look down there. And until now, I believe we should probably wait until we hear from the nobles. Probably should be getting an answer in not too long a time, in a few days perhaps.
Hmm.
And while we do that, we can go down, check the underground facility, make sure that there's no patrolling guards or anything, or at least try and figure a way around them. And then after that, we can probably start making our way towards the diamond mine. But I do believe that it would be a good idea to figure out what the situation is in Corbin Village and if the mercenaries were competent enough to actually hold the city.
True, because those orcish forces, they are something else.
Hmm. If not the August forces, then at least to make sure that there isn't have come any blight or anything.
Hmm.
And I do believe that you, Sazul, that you mentioned that the diamond mine was to the south.
I believe so. I think my notes say Diamond Mine was south.
But also considering, and if we do consider such a trek, I do also believe it might be viable to actually stop renting this place then. We will, considering how long it took last time, it will be quite a long journey. It will just be an unnecessary expenditure. But that's not something we need to take a. That we have to make a decision on right now.
It would mean having to pack away all your stuff.
Yeah, including your desk.
Yes, but we all must make sacrifices.
And Orbison wouldn't have a place to live anymore.
Again.
Oh. Mhm. Oh well.
He's standing right behind you when you say this. Just
It's
holding a
except
cup
for
of
not because,
just holding a cup of coffee.
For having
'Cause
you
I'm
the
not
breakfast
actually
you
there.
ordered.
Yeah, that part probably wasn't said out loud. It was just the part where considering of letting this place go with due to budgetary reasons.
But then Rain does say, and Orbison will be left without a home. What is Cornelius's response?
Well, I'm not there.
Yes, not there. So it doesn't matter what his
No,
response.
don't worry. Don't worry. He knows. He knows.
Malgern asked it then.
Yeah.
He's full of concern for other people. It would also mean that Zarzal would have to get out his hidden hoard.
Yep.
Also, let's be honest. I imagine that Orbison, as from what we have seen, probably doesn't have the biggest problem actually finding a bed at night.
That is true.
Right? So? Who's setting about what?
Yeah. Well, Cornelius is probably just gonna wait until Sarsul has done his purchases and set his potion brew over before starting to head outside the gates.
Okay. I shall go and see if I can locate the ingredients in the market area.
It's not too difficult to manage that, but you're not the only one in search of this stuff.
I figured.
You may have to be involved in the art of the haggle.
I am so screwed.
Persuasion
Okay.
for each quantity of potion materials you want. As you're trying to make yourself heard above the others.
Hello. Help.
As you're trapped between the massive feet of a Loxodon, you step around, there's some heavy armored Goliath, and then there's just a fucking full company of spearmen that have all decided to swarm the marketplace. Even a
Actually,
even a
I
halfling is
go
stepping
on-
in front of you.
Can I actually go and
Ooh.
assist Sarsul?
If you intended to. You didn't seem to.
Yeah, but I figured Cornelius doesn't have anything to do right now other than waiting for Sarsul, so he might as well help speed up the process.
Well,
You
the
wanna
first
make the-
the first time was before Cornelius arrived with him.
Okay. Okay, let's do this again.
Well, no, the
That
first
would be
roll
better
does not
than-
succeed. You are not heard above the
Oh.
crowd.
Oh, hey there, Sarsul. You seem to be having a bit of issues.
Possibly.
This
Alright, what
time,
do we
Cornelius is there to assist, but the problem is manners. He's thinking, in due course, if we wait our turn, we will be seen to. You are not. There are a lot of very uncouth people with bags of gold who are just shouting and raving. There's still a few stalls left.
Alright, Sarsul, what do we actually need to find here?
He rattles off quite a few surprisingly mundane ingredients, but only held by herbal folk. You wouldn't find this at a food shack, for example. I'm not going to list out the ingredients because D&D doesn't either.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my acrobatics to get up to a stall, to sort of move my way through.
I mean, you could just climb onto the wizard.
That doesn't always work.
I just
I mean, it's only you and Patience would have tried. But with a 6, he's got very sharp toes, Cornelius.
I
What are
wasn't
you
trying to get
doing?
on the wizard. That's a bad idea. I was trying to move through the crowd with grace, but
yeah,
I'm
it's
now in a pool of mud, I guess.
it's like a frog trying to slap against various brick walls. You're not finding any footholds. You're not even leaping at stuff that's structurally sound. You pull off some dude's tarp roof. There is a cacophonous clatter of pots, pans, and other tinkered materials. And you're clouded with one of them. Take a d6. Let's see. Yeah. You take 2 points of damage, clouded on the back of a head with a frying pan. As you hear the familiar thing of, "You horrible little creature, get fucking out of here."
Aw.
To be fair, he just dismantled that guy's stall.
Yeah.
I helped
Okay.
Sartul off
He
the
thought those
ground.
bands of cloth on the pole were for handholds. No, they were the knots holding it all up.
Come on, Sartul, up you go.
You've got one more go. Anything else you two want to try?
I guess I could
I won't
see if I
say
could.
it until after.
I guess I could see if I could muscle my way to the front.
Yes, you and Cornelius look like the two who could do that. As you roll up your sleeves and there's just a fucking bone there.
Sartul, do you want me to lift you up?
Well, maybe you could try and persuade somebody to buy
Alright.
the stuff. Yeah, that might work.
Right, I'm gonna try and see if I can very politely shimmy my way through. With my persuasion, or
Yep, straight roll.
15.
You managed to, just with some very polite and calm, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. People mistaking the moment for that small figure upon your shoulders to be a child. Or some horrible experiment or familiar of yours. You get through, there's a bit of back and forth, it's very quick chatter. Zorzo managed to point out explicitly the things he needs, but the asking price doesn't get any lower than 30 gold.
And how much is that for how many?
As for one potion.
Oof.
How many? Just one. Ooh.
I guess that's just a regular potion.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, hey,
Well, why don't you drink it and find out?
that's healing without a spell slot needed.
Mm-hmm.
You also get the feeling that if there's this much of a demand for the ingredients, the actual made things are probably in shorter supply.
Yeah. Well, Sartul,
Yep, that's. I think we'll have to go with that.
The awkward daisy chain of wizard's hand in belt pocket up to kobold on, dropping them onto the counter. I mean, sure, you could just hand them over, but it was his purchase after all.
yeah.
And the fact that you can't just take out 30. It's an 6, 4, 5, 7.5. There's the other half. But yeah, there's a fair press of bodies, and there's one more stall to try. I'll give you one more go. Just out of sadistic glee.
Oh God.
I don't know how we should feel about this.
Well, should I attempt against Azul?
Yep, I think so.
Slightly lower.
It's not enough. These people don't give a shit that there's this man of higher breeding who thinks he knows how a queue should work. It's a press of bodies, it's tight. You're not able to wiggle your way in through them.
Well, I'm afraid we're not going to be able to muscle our way in here without doing something very impolite. I imagine that's not going to be popular business around here.
And a reminder to Webgun that it's currently daylight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I point out that Cornelius, if you wanted to get attention, don't you have a spell that can make you really loud?
That's not very polite.
I bet that would go over real well.
I mean, a bigger surprise was that Zarzul didn't bring up, I have guidance.
It's bright out, all right.
Or also, you could have gotten the half elf who knows about bartering and who has a history.
Well,
in
she
that
didn't
way.
decide to
weren't
sleep at the
there.
house. They don't know where she is.
He knows what he's
Yeah.
doing.
You could also call her.
You,
Well, we figured it would be pretty easy to just go shopping, but I guess it wasn't. No, I can't actually. It's only prestidigitation. I can't
Is no
do very
thaumaturgy.
loud noises. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
just cast Thunderclap.
Yeah, I'm sure the city guard
Yeah,
is going to be
that would go
thrilled.
over like a fart in church.
With your rolls, it would probably be fine.
I don't know how it works in D&D, but yeah, you do. If you did that in Dragon Realms, the town guard would arrest you.
Just out of curiosity, now that it's brought up.
You want to see how badly you would have rolled?
Oof.
Halfway.
Yeah. But considering it's civilian NPCs, probably pretty devastating.
And some heavily
And
armed
destroyed.
mercenaries, yes.
Yeah,
Just
and some
stop all that shouting. It's making the people.
stalls that
Yes.
probably don't really feel like being built against the thunder wave.
Yep, and some small dogs that children cherish mixed in with a group. A stray cat that was just looking for its forever home. Utterly obliterated.
No, you monster!
Yes, Cornelius, you monster.
I mean, we all know Cornelius is a monster.
Let's see how it would have gone if I'd tried to muscle my way through. Yep.
You might have gotten something snapped off.
The words Zarzul and muscle don't really belong in the same sentence.
I mean, without the gauntlets, that really doesn't apply to the party either. There was one person with strength, and one person cheating.
I was gonna say I'm strong.
And for a while it was Zarzul.
Yep. Now I've got too many items, so I can't wear them.
And he's too scared to wear one of them.
You gotta just buy the premium upgrade. That's all.
Only 20 quid.
Do you take PayPal?
How much for one of them envelopes?
I got so many envelopes. Look, there's greens in here, there's blues.
Oh, it's probably my favorite one shot.
It was very good, yes.
Still, oh my god, that was so good.
I never checked to see if those cards were ever printed out. So, shopping was a bit of a rough time. Almost like there was a
Just a
war
bit.
on.
Mm.
It's almost like you should have called the elf when she said, "If you need something, let me know."
Well, we hadn't called the elf in the first place.
They were trying to enjoy themselves.
We even heard she bullied the dwarf when he came back home.
Yeah.
Indeed, I mean, someone had to tell that story, and the elf wasn't there to say her side.
She fucking hit me, man.
I didn't hit you. That's a fucking lie.
I barely touched her, I just pushed her.
Yeah. I was just
I
like,
just
you
pushed
know-
her, and then she got this big guy to throw me.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, you don't talk about Ushane like that. That's not very. And then she started a fight and threw me out.
Because they always take the side of the girls.
I'm sure everybody believed that was 100% accurate.
Maybe.
I imagine it just came out of Melker as
In his mind, it was eloquent.
Yeah.
In reality, it was mostly drool on the table. And a glistening on Zarzul's snout from some sudden spittle. Alrighty, what next?
Well, Zazul, looks like we didn't have much luck with the potion ingredients, but is there anything else? You talked about something to make provisions of.
Yeah, some rations and provisions for another trip.
Rations aren't an issue. Funnily enough, there hasn't been much problem with food.
I'm surprised.
There's actually quite a supply of very colorful stuff you've seen Kagrat's been using. Not your standard root vegetable fare.
Well, fortunately, the harbor is still open, so there can still come some supplies into the city.
What other things might we need?
I mean, it would really set off the carriage if you just had a very large, like torso-sized jar filled with a viscous liquid. A pickled basilisk.
As long as it's not black goo.
Or it's like it's basically just like a harp, but in the middle of it is half of a cockatrice, artfully suspended on the wires.
Neat.
So you can see the dried internals.
Don't let Rain see that.
She might just try to resurrect it.
There's even a
No, she
removable
might just
egg.
want it.
There's even a removable egg. So that you could teach your well-off children about anatomy.
Don't tempt her.
There's also this mysterious book that has 5 different chains on it, each one made of a different metal.
I think it's bad enough we have one heavily warded off book that could annihilate 2 city blocks if incorrectly opened.
Yeah, we don't need another one.
But no one knows where this came from. It's a complete scholastic mystery. $20
In any case, let's get this set up so we can get to out there and practice.
I'm going to grab some fresh meat as rewards for when they do well.
No, yes, probably a good idea.
A couple of chickens and all. If you're going for like a couple of days' supplies, then you're doing about 5 gold's worth.
Okay.
That covers a decent supply of treats. Lots of dried meat. You don't want to get him started on the wet stuff. It'll cost too much.
Yeah. No, just something when they do well, I can give them something. Positive reinforcement, as it were.
Pufflesworth has had plenty of that, yes.
Oh yeah, while Sassul gets that purchased and set all the potions, I'm gonna send off a quick sending message to Hadagun to mention about the blights were spotted, and if you wish to discuss further in detail.
Alright, maybe. That's the entirety of his response.
Pretty good response.
Malgurn, what are you doing?
Let's see, I ate breakfast. And I went to get Lorna ready. Because I don't know how hard it is to get that harness on. Seeing as Zarzul's not there to help me.
Not that difficult. She's alright with it because you haven't made her wear it all the time. Day in, day out.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Unlike someone else.
No, it's Bubblesworth doesn't wear it all the time.
Yeah, but sometimes he's free. He wriggles out of it.
No, at night it would come off.
And that's when he makes his escape.
No, that's why
Castelia.
she shuts the door.
That's when she traps him in a different way.
Well,
Look-
also when we're in the house, I mean, he can run around.
Yes, that hasn't caused problems. So let's jump to Castalia then.
Alrighty.
Anything for you achieve while you hear a dwarf wrangle a displacer beast? A Nova commerce is being carried out by a wizard and a tiny little monster.
I'm
We'll
likely
be
gonna
fine.
go. I'm likely gonna go check the guard situation. Down by the slums.
I see. It's not too hard to wind your path back there, although it is very different looking. Realizing that you have to walk quite a bit in order to find the bit that you just stepped inside. But it is unpleasantly quite well protected. There is a fresh little wooden barricade brought up. There are tabards of pink and a few of white. There are men in metal patrolling. Well, sort of patrolling. You know, they're standing watch, keeping anyone away. It's not just Albert's house as well. A few of the buildings in that district still have armed guards walking them. No one's really walking those streets. It doesn't look like any of the residents have moved back in. The rest of the slums bustling. A lot of kids now. Good handful of people, a lot of life. You think you might have spotted Bruni at one point. But in general, it's a lot of dense humanity. And dwarves and halflings. Not that many elves. Not many elves get to the slums.
All right.
What are you trying to say?
Because they go to the brothels instead. But yeah, that's little district. That's being held by the pinks and whites.
Hmm. Well, so less likely a chance of getting in there. At least not without some plain magical aid if need be.
Or some kind of shady assistance.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, Rain, you are contacted by your other man. It's a simple little message in your mind.
Oh,
Dinner, past noon. Nice little place. Quiet
Oh,
booths.
no.
she would respond. Sure. What location?
Yeah, it's the same place he took you last time.
Okay. Then yeah, it would be sure.
I'm back to Castalia. So yeah, that place is still being watched.
You know, there was a part of me that was thinking of, maybe I should suggest that Rain should go and visit the necromancer guild, just so he could make sure that he was out of his hair when he goes out tonight. But I guess that got fixed for me.
I mean, it could have been worse. I rolled a dice on that. They could have went to the same place.
Well, now you
Oh,
spoiled it.
that would have been hilarious.
Nah, it would have been awkward.
But a fun
I would have
time.
thought it was funny.
There were 2 other locations that have yet to be designed. Well, are presented. Blech. Luckily, you wound up in the one with the quiet booths again, for discretion.
Tonight, the part of Lorna Cat will be played by Kovu.
So, what's next, Castalia, on your list?
I'm gonna head off to work at Yosef's forge. Forge or foundry? I think it's a forge.
The Forge. More about repairs than making.
Hmm.
But, as usual, he is well pleased to see you. There's not really any times for big greetings. He's immediately tossing an apron at you and gloves. You've done me well, you. I was hoping, I was expecting, didn't think it would kick off like this, but I've got the orders for about 6 or 7 plates of suits of armor that need fixed up. You're getting me in with the knights.
Huh.
I mean, I should be fucking livid. My name is Glorious. It's been going here for a good few decades. But no, it's some hot little trollop that's come in and now I'm famous. Now I'm getting work. I say that with all due love and respect, of course.
Oh, of course.
Right, that's good. Now get that smile off your face, get the fucking work. Come on.
Oh,
You got
man.
it.
It would be hilarious if the suits of armor was the ones that were from the people we rescued.
Well, that's the point, yes.
Mm.
Yes, gosh, that's the point.
Yes,
Okay.
they got their servants to do some footwork, and they found out that, yes, she did some work here. It's a bit of repayment.
You have to work to get your repayment.
Well, it's the fact that she did us a favor, we're gonna do some place that she knows a favor.
Mm.
For a town, for a kingdom that has well-established knights, working on the knight's gear, that is big prestige.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Then
So-
I get right to work.
Roll your blacksmithing.
All right. What attribute?
That's gonna be strength.
All right.
This is good old toil.
16.
And it's a good day's work. Well, in your case, half a day, I think. You said you had other things to do?
Yeah.
But yeah, Yosef is fucking delighted that he's getting to do proper work. You can see nearby there's some shelf projects of various gardening tools, sharpening up some size, that sort of shit. Now he's working on good full armor. Ornate shit too, and some of it functional. Some of it he's a bit iffy on because of all the decorations. But you can tell he's a natural for this sort of thing. And you're doing pretty damn well too.
Nice. It's good to see stuff going well for Joseph.
Meanwhile, his half-brothers... Yeah, no fucking sign of those. He may have just thrown them into the forge. Alrighty, let's hop to someone else then, shall we?
Sure.
Rain, are you going to busy yourself during the day?
Let's see. Rain will definitely be busying herself during the day.
Alright, roll
'Cause
performance.
what? I don't know what she's performing, but okay.
Well, she's busying
where's
herself
my-
in the morning with her boyfriend, I imagine? She's
Yeah,
just a
she
love him and
probably
leave him
would-
type, huh?
No, she would be there in the morning. Because after all, she wasn't called back. Oh, I have my chapstick. I was like, where's my chapstick? Oh, it's in my thing.
So yes, what is she getting up to?
Well, let's see. Sorry, I just sat down in the house. I'm actually not driving for a change. So, oh heck, I had a whole list of stuff, but now I forgot. Well, first off, she'd probably have to update Horizon on what the heck is going on with their rescue party. How they were actually doing things for a change.
Yes, he's quite rapt by it. Very impressed with your daring do's. How truthfully do you tell the tale?
Well, there'd be one story she skips over temporarily. But other than that, it would be completely accurate to the situation at hand. She would skip over that one for a bit because she knows that's going to have to be a whole nother conversation.
Of course, she's going to skip over the poisoned camp, but talk fully about the hag.
No, she's going to skip over the hag temporarily. Do
No,
the
that
rest
doesn't-
of the fun bit.
I mean, that doesn't make sense. That was a story all about her.
Oh yeah, she's going to wait for that, and then she's going to have a serious conversation about that. Because one is a fun conversation. How, yay, we went and rescued everybody. Then the other one is okay, let's sit down because we have a serious conversation to have now.
So, I've got a little bit of a bad history with exes.
Actually, yes, that's probably how she would start. It's like, turns out, for some strange reason, some people here don't like me very much.
And then she starts talking about the hag instead of a party.
Oh no, he already probably is aware of that part.
Nah, they fucking didn't notice anything last night.
Oh, you should probably also fill him in on that bit.
The
Like, oh, my
cat,
parents
the
kicked out of the
bounder!
arena.
He dares to
Wait,
lift
what
a
did
hand
he-
against you?
He was drunk, and to be fair,
Well, that's
I'll
no
give
excuse.
I'll be fair to Malgern. He's under a lot of stress. Most of it's self-inflicted, but he's under a lot of stress. I think he's feeling very inadequate with himself, and he constantly keeps trying to compare himself to Congrats, and then wonders why it doesn't work.
It's just hard to be a man that good, you know? Malgern can improve himself, but even the full improvement just can't get to that level. He's a glorious, shimmering paladin, after all.
Mm-hmm.
With an oath of glory. bright, radiant glory. Anyway.
She's also going to confide that the reason she didn't fight him in the arena was because she was worried that if she beat him, it was going to be an absolute disaster. She has a feeling Malgern would not have been a very good loser.
I mean, I don't think it would have gone down that way, but sure.
Well, she has spells, so a lot of it would have been running the heck away.
He's faster than you, by the way.
Yeah, I know he is. But I have stuff that can slow him down.
See, that's where it gets interesting,
Right.
but also PvP is not balanced in Dungeons & Dragons. It was never intended for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monsters work differently intentionally.
And the only problem that I know Braider would have is we have almost similar HP. So that's... Yeah, I think it would have been a mess. So it's one of those things where one of us probably would have gotten trounced, but the question is, it depends purely on the dice, I think.
I don't know, if we stack up the odds here, if we run the books, we think about how, well, Rain pretty much never hits with getting Bolt. That's only recently hit a few things. Malgern generally rolls pretty well, except when he really needs to.
Well,
Which this is a situation where he'd need to.
You do know that you will always have a last chance, because he was always make you hit 1 HP before making you keel over.
Well, not to mention, I have healing spells and I had all my spell slots.
Yeah, but then he's constantly hitting you.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, I can healing word and still attack.
Yeah, but healing word's not much. It's only D4s.
Yeah, no.
And he
Yeah,
can attack twice around.
And
We're up to 4.
just the once,
I think
though.
it's one of those things. I think it's one of those things where it's questionable.
Running the numbers, I'd give it... Yeah, I'd probably lean towards the dwarf coming out of it alive. Because spells are a very limited resource. And you got quite a few of it. If they don't hit, they don't do anything.
Yep. Save or suck.
But yes, he is slightly calmed by your telling of it. You did see him glance quite a few times at his immense floppy hat and his rapier. His dueling blade.
Oh, that would go over like a fart in church. But eventually she'd go, oh, okay, so we do have a secondary issue that's floating around that has apparently come to a head. Oh boy. She would not want this conversation at all. It would be time to explain that the book.
The book, her parents, her war crimes trial, the fact she was she was part of a joint effort to sin against God. It's not a small amount that's going on right now.
Yeah, it's not. Oh boy, and she'd just have that look where, oh, I don't want to explain any of this.
And he's just this heroic-looking Catman. But he's fuzzy as well, with those big eyes. He lives in a world of daring do's.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, you're Meanwhile, you're looking forward to having dinner with a necromancer.
Yeah, but she knows she has to bring it up because the hag mentioned him. And she doesn't necessarily want him to suddenly get side-swiped by some incident. So yeah, she'd have to start not from the beginning probably, but have to kind of give a cliff notes.
And that's why my parents will never speak to me again.
Oh no, the funny thing is they probably would. And this is a situation that would probably get her back in the books, but she's number one not mentioning that. Number two, she doesn't care. she doesn't want anything to do with them in the first place.
But on the bright side, I'll be taking your surname during the wedding.
No, she wouldn't be saying any of that. She'd just, okay, look, we've got to have this conversation here. And she'd actually probably started off with, all right, I have a book. And there's a hag that...
So start off by walking over, lock the door, and then sit down. Okay, so look.
And then gets up again, draws the blinds on the window, makes sure they're extra pressured, slides a shelf in front of the door.
Bother. No, it'd just be, look, I have this book. And then she'd
checks
probably
under the
have
bed for any doll heads.
No, she's already kind of figured that they can just learn whatever the heck it is she's saying anyways, so she's just kind of like, whatever. But yeah, she would explain the story.
Does she omit any elements? Does she alter them?
She wouldn't be... I'm trying to think if she would omit... She'd probably do a summary of the stuff, but she wouldn't go deep details into the older stuff. So just be like, okay, she'd start at the beginning. No, she would start at what just happened, which was the, okay, I have a hag who apparently is trying to get information from me, and I have something she wants. And then she would kind of work her way back and then kind of do summarizing as she goes. And then if any questions were specifically asked, then she would answer them. And she wouldn't fib either.
He has no questions. But you can tell that he's trying to think of some. There's some cogs working. But it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
It's a lot to realize what he stepped into, because most of the time, the most startling thing he hears about a woman he's been with is, I have a husband. That's usually the highest of surprise.
And not to mention, not only was all that dropped, but also, oh, by the way, for some strange reason, there's a metric ton of necromancers in the area. We don't know why. Oh, for the love of cheese.
And also I'm late. Well, it's been great knowing you, Rain.
Oh, that's not something she'd be dealing with right now.
Restoration. Boom.
It's a disease. It's a parasite. I see. I think I'm gonna go for a walk for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
He gets dressed.
That's probably smart.
Yes, I'm just going to go for a little walk. He dons his big hat, his dueling blade, his cloak. And he steps out for a bit. He just seemed to be mainly confused. Like, it wasn't a cold thing or anything, or just, it's just, It's a lot to process, and he's wrangling it in his mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Potentially thinking, why didn't he flirt with a tiefling instead? She might have the blood of a devil, but it's probably a simpler story.
Oh boy. If you know.
It's simple. He asked me for power, and I said yes. So that's your morning, Rain.
Yep.
All right, who wants to take the spotlight now?
Well, I guess it's the boys' day out.
Well, I mean, does Rain not head back to be with her Pufflesworth?
She would head back to Pufflesworth at some point, yeah.
In time to find the guys leaving their lovely abode with the Displacer Beast.
Ah, there you are, Rain.
Good morning.
Morning. Gotta be heading out for a little bit, but fortunate that you're here so you can keep an eye on your little beast.
Yep, that's what I'll be doing. She goes inside.
In a party that cared about each other's welfare, this could start a topic.
Does the Rain look a bit downtrodden? Or
She
is it
wouldn't
keeping
be
it neutral?
looking. She wouldn't be looking like she's in a particularly good mood.
Hmm.
A bit of a fugue state. Like, she didn't really sleep. The morning took a lot out of her. Having to face up to the things she's done.
Mm-hmm.
She looked a little more. She didn't look like her chipper usual self.
Thank God. Of course, you turn and say this to Malgurin, who probably thinks, what the fuck do I care?
Well, looking at both Malgern and Sarsul.
He's looking to both Malgern and Zarzul. Fucking speak, you two.
Yes, I am Melker, and I don't.
Cheer up, Malgren. Let's get this training underway.
It's what you have in mind.
And I love how everyone ignores Cornelius.
You're the expert.
Yeah. Let's start with basic things. Stay calm. Kill target. I don't know. We'll see
Kill
what fetch.
Well, let's get us out these city walls and we'll figure it out from there. As Droop here is gonna be doing a bit of magical target practicing. Figure it'd probably be a good idea that we not be in areas that might accidentally catch fire or anything else. Usually a good idea. In general, when you try out new magics.
If Droop's trying new magic, fire is probably the least of our worries.
Well, I mean, Zarzul, you're able to give a decent idea of commands because, of course, Wolfgang trained you to do most of them.
Yep. Yeah.
So you know what he's looking
Just
for.
passing on the knowledge I learned.
Yeah. Stuff like, if I hit this person, you hit them too. When I make this gesture, you back away. Simple stuff.
And when I say get him, you bite him in the jugular.
Yeah, the simple things.
Unfortunately, he only trains her to target Cornelius. It's like when they tried to train military dogs, but they only used their own units.
Yep.
Oh, the part where they ran under their own tanks.
Yeah, those poor bomb dogs.
Mm.
They only trained them on fucking Russian tanks. Alrighty, this is a grand effort with you lot, so what are you thinking about doing?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
let's start with the simplest: stay and come to start with.
let's move out to the city gates first and find someplace else.
Yeah, we're more than
Let's
happy
start
to
on
let
that.
Displacer Beast leave the city. The rest of you, it's a bonus.
And as we come outside, see that since the city have been under siege, is there some bits of debris that's laying near the wall?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of busted up boulders.
Yeah. All right, Malgarn, can you come over here and give me a hand
You got it.
as I make a floating disc? Okay, could you put some of the smaller boulders onto the disc?
A small boulder the size of a small boulder.
Zaza will help. His effort to gain more bulk. Get swole.
Cornelius is entirely content with just looking on. Especially because it would be entirely annoying if you kept trying to pick something up and this disc kept moving
Yeah.
every time you tried to put it on.
I mean, if you want web gun, you can swap them out for a swole boulder. You have to swap your dexterity with your strength stat.
Yep. It wouldn't be the worst.
Just a
Well,
reminder, a
probably would
minus
be.
to dex does affect medium armor.
Yeah, I'm in light armor at the moment, so that would kick my armor in the teeth.
Yep.
And yeah, my accuracy go down a chunk.
But you hit things real good.
Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, I could outmuscle Pufflesworth. And then the dice kick me in the teeth over and over again.
Yes.
Maybe you should just go find a herbalist and find something a bit performance enhancing. They call it giant vine. You grind it up, inject it into the folds of your scrotum, and now you're a raging strengthaholic. It does have some side effects, however, like the bit you inject it into will probably drop off. And you might never stop being angry.
Don't worry.
That's okay, because it's not going to be a long time.
Okay.
So you got some targets set up.
Yeah.
And as for the animal training, is it a case of you're being demonstrative? You're just trying to do with words? Like, this will probably end up being an animal handling, but really, who's taking the lead on this?
Zazel will take the lead as the one who can communicate best, as it were, with Lorna, and explain what's going on, why, and how to get the food at the end of it.
And think about, between the two of you, like 4 things you want to be covered here. Meanwhile, we'll hop back to Cornelius.
Mm-hmm.
So you just want to set up a little bit of a target practice.
Yeah.
So because Droop will be performing spells nearby, and Lorna is still not used to them, the animal handling will be at disadvantage. But this is part of getting her used to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's kind of like having thrown firecrackers near horses so they learn not to panic by the sound.
What an asshole thing to do. Is that how you get your
That's what
rocks
you
off
do, though.
scotch? You fucking twisted man.
Look, reenactors are fucked up people. I would know.
You know what? You know what? Fuck the rich kids and their horses around here, okay?
Yes.
The weirdest thing is that horses are now the domain of a middle class. They
Yeah.
spend a fortune on those fucking things.
There's so many goddamn
Oh, how the stables
horse
have
riding
turned.
schools here. Yeah, we're setting up some. Yeah, setting up some of the targets there, and okay, Droop. Just want you to try and, at the best of your ability, to use some of your spells to hit those targets. Not with your magic missile one, but with the spells in your book. Okay.
Okay. Which one? He's flipping through his book.
And you also make sure that the targets actually point away from the city wall, so it's.
Apa! They actually hit something.
Yeah.
Spouts and spigots of burning acid just flying fucking everywhere on the collision. There's a
Right, well
tiny
done.
sizzle of body hair as it hits Malgurn's arm. Just a tiny amount.
Ooh. Watch
It does-
where you're pointing at.
It doesn't get to the skin, but there's now like a few strands that are noticeably shorter.
And it probably smells great.
I mean, it just adds to the general melange of odors on the dwarf. He sleeps in the same room with a displacer beast who doesn't seem to have a litter tray.
Ugh.
No, I mean, there's a dwarf as well who probably doesn't scrub a dub most of the time.
I mean, the spa last time was probably the first bath in a long time.
There was the ship battle.
I see what you did there.
Well, no, there was the bath afterwards.
Oh, I thought you were making a joke about
Going into
going
the
swimming.
drink.
Oh, Malgurn didn't fall in, sure.
Thought I did.
No, I don't think so. I think you jumped in and just swam across, but you didn't get knocked in.
The point is, I got wet.
Well, it was exciting, yes. Flipping through again. Kappa! So I'm going to need a Constitution save from Cornelius, Malgurn, and Zarzul.
You gonna need a con save from me? Is that what you
Would
said?
Yes.
Wouldn't Droop also have to do this?
Oh, he's standing further than 20 feet away.
Well, I'm assuming that I'm standing next to Droop.
Alright, then
Yes,
Droop also
fuck you.
does it.
I'm assuming that I'm not standing near the.
I don't think you're making things any better.
Malgurn, you don't feel a fucking thing. The rest of them, however, very weird.
Is it a concentration spell?
Yep, but it doesn't cut. It is concentration, but also he's panicking because this is weird. And it drops. But the three of you have had a life-changing experience.
No, not again.
First time.
It's a first time for Cornelius.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try not to do any of your.
Why do I keep
area-
landing on this page? Look! I close the book and then open it, and it's on this page again. What? I'm gonna bend this bit over, and then there we go. If I just dog ear the pages, and I won't land on it anymore. I don't
Yes,
like
sounds
that.
very good idea. Oh.
He's slowly sitting himself down to just sit.
How are you two doing? Mm.
Yeah, let's carry on with the training. Maybe just a little further away.
And nothing happened to Malgern at all.
Yep.
I kind of would have thought he would have, like, said, I don't feel a thing, pansies.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking around, going, "Oh man, what's wrong with them?"
Strangely, a few of the rock.
How's the cat?
Cat's fine, she's not near that.
Okay.
She wouldn't go near the magic.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
One of the rocks does look weirdly expectant.
I don't like that.
He flips through again. Maybe this one. Oh no! Lorna is very pleased with this spell.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Her head's darting around to watch all the various bits of badger shrapnel fly off.
Cloud of badgers.
Normal sized badgers, these one. They're not dire badgers.
Alright. Troop, let's try it and do with spells you actually have to aim, just like you did with the first one. Just try not to do with area of effect spells.
I've only got another one that does that. Don't really want to use it.
But what is it?
It's that one where the lady got fried. I guess rocks don't scream.
That is very true. So try use.
This
He
poor
misses.
child.
He misses. The bolt sails off into the sky, and then for a brief moment, about 5 seconds or so, there's just a patch of the sky that is purple. Like, it's not way up there, it's just about 20 feet away from Malgern in the air, but it's just purple for a bit. A little small, perfect square.
As if it's a broken LCD screen.
Mm-hmm. Got a dead pixel there.
I'm guessing that's Troop out of spell slots then.
Oh no, he has some second level ones.
Okay. Alright, well, try again, Troop.
It hits the rock.
Does it hit another rock?
The rock begins to scream. But it's not like, you know, it's more like
What in the world?
it's just a low, long, droning note.
I've got to go and investigate that, because rocks usually don't scream.
Yeah, you look at it and it's got no difference to its surface apart from the scorch mark. But it's still making that noise, although the noise didn't get any louder or quieter as you approached it.
What in the world? Can I do like a investigation or a Arcana check to figure out what this is?
Hefty hit too. Look at that damage. Well, what do you do with a rock? You just look it over?
Yeah, try and like figure out if there's something like rocks usually don't scream, or if it's an
But
effect
they
from
do
the
ask you
spell.
questions.
It's the part of just figuring out, is it an effect from the chaos bolt, or is there something weird about this rock?
Well, roll Arcana then. I mean, you can assume from when you and Malgern, mostly Malgern, were handling these rocks, and he understands rocks. Like, you may even
I
want to
know
call
rock.
him over for consultation.
Hmm.
This didn't seem any kind of unusual sort of rock. This just seemed like a rock that was once part of a bigger whole. Normally that doesn't give him the ability to make a noise.
Yeah, Cornelius, this rock, it was once a bigger rock.
No, you give him the full rundown. You say, at the beginning of time, before even the gods began, before there were feet upon the earth, this rock was once larger.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It's basically just like that part from Police Files.
Well,
Just
once the
before
earth
it
was a
was called.
molten mass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. Next week, Timmy, we're going to do another experiment where you have to bring me 3 things from your mom's bedroom.
oh.
It's one of the jokes that no one fucking paid attention to.
Is it really a joke? Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's meant to be the what's the right term I'm looking for? The contradiction between playing the innocent school teacher with the sordid suggestion.
Uh-huh.
This is like any dude to be doing a science instruction tape. But he's also asking for very personal items.
Is the rock still screaming, or has it stopped?
Well, it's still screaming.
This is... Malgern, have you ever heard about screaming rocks?
No, I can safely say I have not.
You have.
Oh, have? Really?
Oh yeah, loads of drunken dwarves come with a story from deep in the mines from screaming rocks.
Okay.
It's usually an
I'm
earth
gonna-
elemental that they've stuck their pickaxe into and can't remember it having a face.
Yeah, then I'm going
There's
to
one
explain
time
that-
there's this rock, I fucking put an axe in it, and the thing got up, gave me the finger, and ran off. And I chased that little fucker.
So yeah, it's mostly by they're usually drunk, but that doesn't look like an earth elemental. I mean, it could be. I hit it with my tosser.
I'm still holding it.
Well, yeah, but I'm an expert. It's fine.
I mean, your
Checking
fingers
your-
vibrate a bit from the your fingers vibrate a little bit.
I'm going to do something crazy. Walk over to the rock and and heal the rock.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Ah.
The screaming stops.
The rock
Okay,
is
didn't say
here.
there. It's okay now. And feel very weird.
Wait. You think this has something to do with the toy maker? They did mention that a lot of the defenses weren't working. I wonder if one of these kind of rocks has anything to do with it. Hmm.
I mean, rocks
Oh, by
are
the way,
rocks toys?
By the way, while we were shooting magic, did you two manage to do training with Lorna?
Not yet. It's this is a lengthy process, but it takes place, before and after this little interlude.
All right.
So we get to roll for results on it. You know, this is an ongoing process.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have Castalia have to take a look at this, see if there's anything magical about this rock.
I'm sorry, I just love the idea of a wizard coming back from Castalia. Look at this rock. It's a rock.
Yes?
It's a weird rock.
Yeah.
It could be magical. And you just know the look that the grown wizard is getting from the devil.
Is it a big rock?
Oh,
It's
like a
more than a
giant hand
palmful.
Yeah.
You're still bashing away at plate armor. He's ran the whole length of the city to get to you. He's out of breath and excitable. He's flushed in the face. Drew got lost
Quick,
somewhere
I
in the
need just-
marketplace. He may be gone for good.
Quick, I need your special eyes.
My brand.
My brand. Still one of the greatest things that ever happened because of Mass Effect.
Well, let's put this rock over here. Do carry on, Droop.
He looks at the other rock. It goes wide. He's got one more spell slot. And the bolt just goes straight up from his fingers. However, four pigeons die that day.
Oh.
Chaos Bolt, though, do they fall down as little roast chickens?
No, one falls down with scales instead of feathers.
Oh.
One has grown gills and suffocates. One falls down as just a normal pigeon, but it breaks apart like it's pottery. And the fourth revives.
That's terrifying.
It then goes in to attack the goblin.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I'll quickly intercept.
That's a hit.
Oh, no.
9 damage on the screaming goblin by the zombie pigeon.
That's fucking great.
I move in and try to shocking grasp it.
We'll go for it.
Such a good father.
It's fried. But nope, it does not survive. He's just got this
Okay.
big gash in his forehead from the beak.
I've got to use the.
He leans down and starts to try to piece together the broken pottery pigeon.
No.
Why?
I use the healing word that is stored in the ring on Droop. Or cure wounds, or whichever one it is.
Probably word, I imagine.
Yeah, it's healing word for range.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Droop is out of spell slots.
Should really teach him a cantrip or two.
He does. He doesn't have any range ones, though. He just has Shocking Grasp and Prestidigitation. Oh, correction. And he does have his new one.
Oh, yeah, minor illusion.
His other regular attacks are Shocking Grasp, Stone Toss, Goblin Punch, and Pointy Stone Toss.
God, there's so many minuses.
Poor kid.
But
All
yet,
right,
does he have as
then.
many self-confidence issues as Malgern?
Probably not.
The answer is yes. Yes, he has way more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has put himself under a lot of pressure, despite me not actually putting him under any pressure whatsoever.
There was also his early life where he was born to be a punching bag.
Poor kid.
Yeah, he usually has pretty bad connotations about not being able to do what he needs to do. Usually, if the food was too warm or too cold or just good enough, he will get punched.
But that's the magic show done. Time for the animal training. So have you worked
I'm
out the
thinking,
kind of things you want to be instilling in Lorna right now?
uh,
Because after that
stay
display, she has not been all that calmed by magic.
stay, come, heal, and possibly attack. Be my thoughts.
Attack might be pushing it right now based on what just happened.
I know.
She's eating that lizard pigeon.
This is fine.
How about roll over and get tummy rubbed?
Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds good.
Yeah, that's essential.
Well, no, just to see, like, if she rolls over, she gets tummy rubs.
I mean, this would be a bad idea if she was a cat. She's not a
Yeah.
cat. She's something even worse. There were 6 legs, each with claws.
Yeah, so?
You're rubbing the tummy.
Right.
Yeah, well,
You've got metal skin.
Braider, not Malgern. Braider, look at your arm.
uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no cuts on it.
You fucking lie. You have many cats.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I have cuts at the current moment.
Current moment, there we go.
Yeah, right now there's no cuts on my arm. There's a few bug bites, but that's about it. That's just because I live in Florida and mosquitoes suck.
Yes. It's their main way to ingest. Alrighty, I'll be back in a sec so you can double confirm with us here. It'll only be a moment.
Mainly, I'd just be saying, if she's scared by the magic, I would try just get, stay calm. And then once she's done staying, I'll walk somewhere else. Now come to me. Now stay again, calm, stay calm. Walk away again.
Yeah, heal, which was follow behind.
Yeah, just basic stuff like that. Just get her used to doing basic things while Droop is doing Droop things.
How about just lie down?
That
Or
works too. Yeah.
lie down, sit and stay, probably very similar.
Attack my target. Stop attacking. Retreat.
All right. So what are the keybinds for that? So F1 is attack my target. F3 puts her in passive. All right, kitty. Ooh. Yeah. Can I have a little mouse pad? No? Okay. I'll just get Rena to do all my clicks because I don't have a mouse pad right now. Oh, don't.
Doo-doo.
That's probably Rena's probably
Yeah, it's
like,
Rena.
can't hear anything. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And her mic is off. There we go.
Well, yeah, it was off. But was anything said to me?
No,
Okay.
All right, just waiting for Corvus to
I
return.
was mainly just fighting. I was like, can I have a little mouse pad cat? And then I said, no, well, I guess I can just get Rena to click stuff for me if I can't use the mouse. That's all I said.
Did you put my mouse in the bag?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
should be near the top because I didn't put it in the red bag. I just put it near the top because
Okay.
I had almost forgotten it. It's going to be loose along with your headphones, which you probably already found.
Well, I have the headphones. I just the mouse. I just haven't gotten the bag.
Yeah, the mouse is in there. I almost forgot it, but I remember throwing it on top. That's why it's not in anything. Oh, how long are you going to be there?
What was the question, Honey Bunches?
How long are you going to be there?
Till Monday night.
Monday night? Okay.
I'm tired.
So am I.
All right, I'm back
See,
in
the thing
play.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We have determined we are going to teach her, like, sit and stay, basic things like, while the magic is going on, she's scared, just stay in place. It's fine. It's fine. And then once she gets comfortable with that, like, heal, follow behind me. Again, it's fine. He's just doing droop things. This is what he does.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need 2 animal handling rolls from Zarzul, 2 from Malgern.
At disadvantage?
Well, for disadvantage on Zarzul, it's daylight
Oh.
still.
I thought you said...
But he's
something-
helping out Malgern, so it's just a straight roll for him.
Okay, 1, 2... I don't...
You don't number.
Ugh. Wait, I rolled... click 3 times.
So you're teaching her sit, stay.
And then, like, heal, follow.
Heal and follow.
Yeah. So it's sit, stay, heal.
Stay, she has issues with. But the rest sinks in pretty well.
Welcome back.
Of course she has problems with stay.
Apparently,
She's a cat.
I hit the mute button, and I accidentally hit the go away button.
Go away forever.
Yeah, she's having real trouble with stay. She just follows you.
I mean, if she's still following, that's
It's that
probably the
thing of every
best.
time you tell her to stand and turn around to walk away, she just immediately starts padding behind you.
That's, I mean, if we're gonna fail at something, that's probably the best failure state.
Yep, that's definitely the one you want to fail at. There's no bad consequences there at all.
Nope, none whatsoever.
Roll stealth.
Fireball targeting Lorna. She's coming back to you.
Which Lorna is it targeting? That's the question.
So I want to sneak across here and slit his throat. Okay. I have a wave of suits of armor getting clanked around. There's a massive amount of clanking from Lorna rubbing against your side.
Oh no.
Do you have the spine to tell her no, not now?
But fortunately, the old, decrepit man that you're about to assassinate in the middle of the night is also hard of hearing.
Unfortunately, he can see Lorna's projection coming out from around the corner. But yeah, those lessons have sunk in beginning-wise. Like, now and again, she might not listen. Especially in the heat of combat or any tense situation. But, you've laid the groundwork.
Yay.
So let's hopefully jump to something more productive,
Hey.
which means we're not going to Ring. She's going to spend the whole fucking middle of the day cuddling with her owlbear.
I thought you were gonna say boyfriend.
Well, I would say that we have. I would say we have certainly had an interesting day. Looking forward to doing it tomorrow, unless something else happening. Looks like you had some progress with Lorna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this was basically your whole day being made use of.
Mm.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
I do a little bit of prestidigitation, just a small snap to see how she reacts.
Well, let's see then. How does she react?
All right, roll on the reaction table. D20.
Like, not gonna.
Okay, she's calm.
You're startling a cat, and you expect that it's going to go well.
Well, yes, because most of the time the cats will just look. They'll try to ignore you and think, I didn't jump at that. You're imagining that I jumped at this.
Yeah.
I didn't fall and hit my face. What the fuck are you talking about? You're insane, you peasant. Don't look at me with your eyes.
Yeah, that sounds like a cat.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like she's not reacting as fearful as she used to, but I did notice a slight bit of flinching. But I suppose that consistent training might get it out of her system.
Of course, then there's the other half of cat behavior of, holy shit, I breathed out, run! I sat down for a second. It's time to panic. It's always fascinating when cats go from 0 to 100.
Or the post-poop zooms. Litter box and pew.
Oh, that's terrible.
What's that? Something's on my territory? Oh, I gotta go check. Okay, some say. Wait, better check again.
Mhm.
Takes off again at top speed.
And then those times where they
That
don't
was the
fucking
cat
blink.
today when the motorcycle kept going. Someone had like a rice cooking dirt bike or motorcycle that kept going up and down the street, and the cats were like, "What's going on?"
And for you, Droop, you did very well.
I
But
can't put
tomorrow
it back
maybe we should just
together.
keep trying your wheelbarrow spell.
Let's not talk about Chaos Bolt. As you look at the pigeon with gills, but they're flexing just once more before it finally completely expires. And there's just too many broken fragments on the one made of pottery. Luckily, there's also no movement from the zombie one.
Yeah, just to make sure I hit it with a firebolt, just to make sure that it entirely incinerates.
And so you lot return into the city.
Yeah.
Hooray! We're heroes.
Well, since I'm returning back with the rock just to make sure, I'll probably stop by the blacksmith to see if Castalia is there. Otherwise, we'll just return back.
Well, on you, Pio.
Yes, I'd likely still be there.
And as I approach, is there the who do I meet first? Do I make eye contact with first, the blacksmith or Castalia?
Castalia. Yosef's occupied.
All right.
He's
I give
reveling
him
at having
favor.
so much work to do.
Oh,
Ah.
Cornelius, what can I do for you?
Well, I had a bit of a curious thing. Are you busy at the moment?
Mm, I can spare a little time.
Right. Well, I only need a little bit of time. You still have your sight to see magic, don't you?
Yes?
Could you take a few seconds just to take a look at this rock?
This rock.
Yes, it might not be anything. It's just sake my curiosity. If there is something, I'll explain further.
All right. I cock an eyebrow and use Devil's Sight to use detect magic at will, or Eldritch Sight.
There is a small mote of light bouncing around inside the rock, like a DVD screensaver.
So the rock is hollow?
Well, there's something inside the rock that's magic.
Hmm. Very interesting. You see, the interesting part is that I was having Droop today trained by using this as target practice, and when he hit it with a spell, it started to scream.
Scream?
Yes. And then stopped when Sarsul healed it.
Huh.
And I do not know if this has anything to do with the spell that Droop hit it with, or if it's something innate with the city walls.
Did you try talking to it?
I must admit that thought did not cross me.
I hold up the rock. It's worth a shot.
Go ahead.
I look at the rock and, hello? Well, it kind of sounds like it's groaning now.
Maybe he doesn't know how to speak.
Mhm. Or it might be speaking a language we don't understand.
Hmm. Well, I won't take any more of your time. We can take a look at it back when we return to the inn.
All right.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, no
This
problem.
is certainly an interesting thing to come across.
Oh, at first I was a bit confused, but now I'm pretty eager to see where this is going to go.
Same, I gotta be honest.
Something you don't see every day, something you don't hear of, and oh, who knows what could be at the end of this tunnel.
Managed to do that.
I'll see you when I get home.
All right, see you. Have a nice work day.
Thank you.
And I'll leave the forge.
Returning with your rock.
Yes.
Zazul's going to head over to the temple area and go say some prayers in the temple district, as it were. Do his thing.
Doing your cleric thing. Yes, that's fine. You can perform that. Doesn't require any rolls.
Go do that cleric thing. Boop, 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 boop.
Isn't it great when both your clerics say stuff like that? I'm gonna do the Healy thing. I'm
We
gonna
all
do
do our
that.
cleric
I'm gonna do
things.
that prayer stuff.
Yeah, well, I just have to do the healing thing of touchingness.
You don't have that option available to you. Horizon West is out on a walk. You can't heal this by touching it.
Can heal this divide.
I'm going to smack you.
So, unless you want to get into a deep delve of Wizard and his rock.
Yeah, I imagine when I come in the door, is this Rain sitting in the middle of the room, or has he gone to her own room?
She would have been the door to her room would be open because she'd be popping in and out from inside her room and going downstairs and playing with Bubblesworth. She would actively be playing with him.
But when you step in, Cornelius, His attention is a little bit divided. And he takes a few steps towards you.
Do not.
Rain, when you exit your room, you notice there's a standoff.
Rain, please keep a control on your beast, or I will not be able to answer for the consequences.
Pufflesworth, can you be nice to Cornelius? If anyone said anything, I couldn't hear them.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, I was just tossing up how sincere that sounded.
Are you saying anything, Corvus?
Yeah, you should hear me.
Yeah, we hear.
Alright.
Yeah,
We heard a
that's
that's
what's
Okay.
being said
Okay, from the rock or from
from the rock.
Okay, it was just the way it was cutting out. It sounds like you weren't coming through clearly. That's why.
The rock has made a
Oh, yeah.
noise.
Yeah. So we have a, in quotation mark, a talking rock.
You have a talking rock. How did you
Well, sort
acquire
of.
a talking rock?
Well, from the city wall.
Was it in the wall or was it by the wall?
Kind of one of the bits of debris. Could you could you please just take a hold of your beast, please? It's
I would
kind of
pick up
difficult.
Pufflesworth.
You
Thank
catch
you.
him just as he's about to scuff his foot along the floor to get ready for a charge.
Thank you.
But as she's,
So,
got her in her arms and turning him around, his head is following you, of course.
so in any case, as I was having Droop doing some target practice on these rocks. He hit it with one of his magic spells, the one that came with the book, I believe. And when he hit it, the stone started to scream. And
Hold
then,
on. So did Droop do this?
well, that's the thing I'm not entirely sure of, if it's a spell or if there's something innate with this particular rock to begin with.
I
I
mean,
hadn't no-
she'd be more impressed if you told her he made a zombie.
So okay. So either the rock already was talking and Droop woke it up, or Droop made
Well,
a talking rock.
that's the thing. Because when he fired the spell another time and it hits some pigeons, it transformed some of the pigeons.
Into
One turned
what? What?
one of them started having scales, one turned into a clay, and it was smashed to the clay pottery and smashed to the ground, and one of them simply turned into an undead pigeon.
Um.
I had Castalia take a look at the rock, and it seems there's something bouncing around inside.
Can I borrow Droop's book for the night?
See,
Have to
now that
ask
it
him.
caused a zombie, she's interested in the book again.
I know someone who can take a look at it, who might know what actually is going on with his spell and why it's doing whatever it's doing.
Who exactly would that be? I say, narrowing my eyes.
She just gives him the look of, you know exactly who it is.
Ah, right. I'm not exactly comfortable with that idea.
This isn't exactly a high level questionable spell here.
Well, you're gonna have to ask Droop for this. It's his wizard's book.
Okay.
Really? You're gonna let John look at it?
I'm not particularly happy about letting John look at this, but I'm not exactly sure. You know what? I'll kind of I'm gonna take a look at this spell tomorrow myself first. See if I can find some sort of result of it.
All right.
Is that okay with you, Droop? Just one wizard to another to look at your book.
I'm fine with you looking at it, yes.
Thank you. It's very important that that one respects to take a look at another person's spell book. After all, it's the greatest respect a wizard could have to one another.
Smile. Oh, sorry.
Except, of course, if you kill the other wizard first, then you don't need to ask for permission. You have conquered that book. It is yours.
Oh,
And not only do you get his spells, Drew,
I was
but you
about
get a
to
taste
say.
for conquest and victory. And that is the
and
sweetest
whoever
gift
gained
of
his
all.
heart to gain his courage, his tasty, tasty courage.
Remember, Droop, you not only gain his spells, but also the glorious thirst for carnage and violence, and that is the sweetest gift of all. Unless he's got Fireball, because that is a bitching spell.
Kitty.
You only use that to get rid of his goons.
What kitty is that?
Or parties that don't move.
That's Miles.
Oh, okay. That's a short-haired black cat.
Now, to take out other wizards, you use Lightning Bolt.
Yes, that's right. Trigger his trauma again.
Poor guy.
He's not poor guy, he's poor child.
Oh, don't be so soft about that little child soldier I'm racing.
It's a minion, remember?
Yes, that was his
Wanted?
explicit wording. He wanted a minion.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Barnes wanted to make him into a thief.
A sidekick.
Yeah.
And Malgern just wanted to kill him.
Are we the baddies?
Partially.
Pretty sure we might be.
We're good people with shitty ideas.
No, you can't really claim that either.
Yeah.
Let's look at the
Are
past.
you sure about
Let's look at the
that?
past motivations of the party. Good people, no.
Yeah.
I'd say there's two exceptions, and one of them is an NPC. So's the other one. Because Pufflesworth is blameless.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at that face.
Uh-huh.
No, Pufflesworth's evil. We know this already.
He's not evil, he's unaligned.
But he's still a shit. Being a shit has no alignment.
Exactly, it's beyond that. He has no
It's
scope for good or evil, only that he's the best. I mean, I'd say like the most morally good person in the party is probably the Satan. And I'd say it's partly because of her boyfriend.
Oh, what? The wizard who gave an entire platinum plate to someone who lost his leg?
Just because he was remembering that time he burned down a dude's house and didn't want anyone bringing that up again. No, look, I can be
Exactly.
philanthropic, see? Now we don't have a second one living under our roof. also a wizard who was going out there to save someone because he might be able to get some prestige and praise and power.
I do apologize. I zoned out. I was petting a cat. A new cat.
And then there's that asshole. So, that's most of the day gone.
Yeah.
Are you going to just confer more with Pufflesworth Rain, or are you going to do something? Or should we jump to Castalia, Malgern, Zarzul, anyone?
Well, she's not really thinking she has much she can do, but she's just kind of figuring, okay, I've had a day. I'm gonna spend time with my Pufflesworth.
Or shall we jump to the date night?
Double dates
Sure.
across the city.
Well, what was it that Sasu wanted to do at the temple?
Yeah, that's like 5 minutes, 10 tops.
He's just doing his good stuff, praising his goddess.
Yeah, it doesn't know a huge amount of prayers to go with it, so it doesn't take long.
Standing in front of people's normal route of traffic with little flowers for a donation. Have you heard the good word, friend?
Yep, then being run off shortly afterwards.
Because you're walking in on their business. As they bring out the little spray bottle. Psst, psst, psst.
It's an all-faith temple, sir, but you are pushing it too far. Meanwhile, you see people who worship the pain god just flagellating themselves, walking around. We don't accept every kind here. And of course, there's the
Yeah.
plastic surgery to Sune right next door.
Maybe I entered the wrong area of this temple. Oh well, never mind.
The clerics of Joaquin just walking around in all their bling. And of course, there's some extra faiths being worshipped from all the travelers into the town. I mean, everyone basically worships a pantheon, but a few of them pick out their own chosen to focus on a little bit.
Yep. No.
Roll me religion with disadvantage.
Okay, religion with disadvantage. This cannot go badly.
Your god is
Yep.
dead.
Aw.
They
No,
were
it's just a
hanging
case
on by a
of
thread.
you do your
Poor
prayers.
Zozo.
You don't get hassled or anything out there, but the one thing you don't see is just anyone else sharing in the same way.
This is normal.
It's a little bit lonely.
The saddest little kobold.
Zazzle straightens up. Thinks, be positive. Tomorrow will be a new day.
With new friends.
More friends to be found.
And probably
Yes.
get high as balls.
Well, yeah, but that's just Tuesday.
This is the
Maybe
great time to
Thursday.
take acid.
On the way back, he's going to grab some things for dinner so he can make a reasonable meal.
Yeah, all that's simple enough and covered by the 5 gold you spent earlier.
Okay.
But if you want to buy rations, that's their listed. It's their normal listed price.
Okay.
So if you want to stockpile on that shit.
I've got enough. It's mainly for when the whole crew heads out.
Yep.
And head back to the home with the friendly people.
As he opens the door to see Rain, Pufflesworth, Cornelius, and his rock.
And Cornelius' new pet rock.
Rock that she's still very confused about.
Imagine they just spent most of the day just staring at this rock.
Well, do you do anything with the rock for experimentation purposes?
Well, I mentioned that Castellic seemed to have gotten a bit of response by the telling how it was doing.
Zarzel, since you're there, you can take part.
Yes. Okay. Hello, Rock. Hello, friend.
Yeah, that's what the most.
It's a
of the
little louder
response
now.
This is
Are
most
you
of the-
having a good day, Rock?
Is there anything I can do to help?
It makes the same noise again.
Hang on a second. Try and get the jack in the box on again. And let's see, what was it?
Ole?
Ole, yeah. Trying to see how they react to it. Been a while since we had them out anyway.
We've just put them in a dark, quiet cupboard.
We're monsters.
Didn't one of these film with Orbinson?
Yeah. I learned how to play cards.
Nice.
Yeah, he was teaching him how to play cards, wasn't he?
Yep.
Teaching us all how to play cards.
Yeah.
Well, mainly Droop.
Nice guy, that guy.
So you bring out the jack in a box. Your video's banned in Germany. Yes, there is a shower of confetti.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends!
Hello there.
Big chubby wave of a stuffed dragon hand. An Ole bouncing on a spring.
We have a bit of an unusual question for you this time. Does
I'm
this
all
rock
ears. And wings and tail. And hands and feet.
hold up, Rock. Could you ask this
And a big
rock how it's
nose.
feeling? Could you ask this rock a question? A polite one, if that.
That is a good question. That's a good one, that. Oh. Maybe. That's a really good one. That needs a prize. Prizes. Ole disappears. Pops out again. With a sliver of some sort of sugary, glistening thing snaked around a stick.
Interesting.
You could whiff. It smells very nice.
Yeah.
It's just like a streak of caramel. It's solid and crystallized. That was a really good question.
Yes, but in any case, is there anything about this rock that has you feel any connection to it in any way?
Wow, he's coming out with really good questions today. And he starts to bob back and forth in a spring so he can bob closer to the rock. Hi, rock? And you just see the spring slowly retract back into the box. Oh, that's weird. That's
It
not
is
normal for
definitely-
rocks, right?
As far as I know, it's not.
Yeah, I got it right.
Oh boy, so we have a weird rock that isn't doing what rocks should do. Glorious.
Cornelius, it's a little closer to you.
Did it move?
It's closer to you. You didn't see it move. You didn't hear anything from it, but it's a little closer.
Did the rock just move?
Ooh, I need to confer with this one. That's a toughie. Because
Rain?
rocks don't normally
Does
move, right?
Unless they are earth elementals, no.
Oh, it could be an earth elemental, Ben. I didn't think of that. Ooh.
Stone golem.
If it was a stone golem, wouldn't there be more of him and wouldn't it move and
Maybe it once was part of a bigger stone golem.
What if you left a stone golem out in the rain for years? Natural erosion, you just wind up with a boulder golem. A very smooth pebble golem.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna get a clean cloth and give the rock a bit of a clean up.
You give it a buff.
Yep.
It doesn't make a noise as a result. But it's cleaner
Okay.
now. You got a lot of soil off it.
Any noticeable marks on it? Now it's clean.
Just the scorch mark from Droop's Chaos Bolt. And one side's a little rougher from where it broke off a bigger rock.
Okay.
There are also some white marks, but you think those are probably from Malgern's gloves and gauntlets.
Okay. I gently put it on the table and say, there you go.
It makes that noise again. It continues to make that noise.
Does it sound like a language?
That noise just keeps going. It's just one long note.
Okay.
It's still going.
I pick it up again.
It stops.
Oh dear. I sit down on a chair holding the rock and think, what the hell is going on?
Are you cradling it? Are you cradling it like a baby?
No, just holding it.
Turns out this is just a lost rock from elementary school when they do their parenting class. It's more responsive than a bag of flour.
I look at Cornelius and say, could this just be a magical item? Maybe identify will let you know more.
Well, I suppose it's worth a shot, but
I think identify might be a decent idea just in case. I
well,
think Droop might have accidentally made a magical item.
all right, but prepare to interfere and something bad happens. As I put my
Don't threaten us with a good time.
I just look at Rain and just go, I died some time ago, Rain.
He tried to murder himself before.
Yes.
I fixed you.
Yes. It is not a pleasant memory.
Well, Would you prefer I not do it again next time?
No, but I prefer that you took this a little bit more serious and let me know that I could trust you to look after me. I'm
Look
I
on the bright
will.
side. She can't do it right now.
I'm going to identify it, and I'm going to see if something happens. I do not know if it gets violent by it.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna be a big problem though.
You cast Identify,
also-
you set up your little ritual site. It's a little bit of a pain because Ogden Gay is really interested in what you're doing, and as he's hopping along on his box and spring, because he doesn't decide to unscrew him this time. He keeps scuffing all the markings you're doing, disrupting your chalk lines.
Ogden Gay, please stand.
Sorry. It's really cool.
Yes, it's okay that you're interested, but please just.
Can you teach me to do that?
It's gonna take a while, but sure.
Okay, I'll begin watching. I'll just watch. I'm watching. Yeah, I'm not doing anything bad.
Yes, now, please, I need to concentrate.
Okay. Right.
Take your questions afterwards.
Oh, good. Do you have to concentrate for a bit? I bet that takes a lot of concentration. I'm never that good at concentrating. Like, my mind just wanders around. And I just think about all the cool, funny things. Like, do you know I once tried to make a money? Like a stuffed one. Didn't work, though. I couldn't get the ears to work right. It still looked cute. Like, it had a really cool button nose.
Troop, don't you have a question you want to? Don't you have a question for Ogden Gay?
Ogden Gay, let's
Find
talk
your
about this in the
Ogden Gay.
kitchen.
Yeah.
As you cast it, you get a bit of a keening pain shooting through your head, like a really nasty sort of impact. Not actual damage, but it just feels like, ooh, that's not right. That is not working correctly. As you look at the thing, it's more like you're getting a garbled signal. It's not obscured, it's just like it's not correct. There is magic here, but of a sort that's just fucking what? None of that makes sense. That doesn't work like that. Why is that happening? The best you can get is that it's a rock that moves towards the last person who touched it, and it responds to noise. There are other potential effects, but it's just all a meaningless mess pouring through your eyes.
In other words, droop.
Yeah, you get the feeling this was caused by Chaos Bolt doing something fucking weird. So on the bright side, you don't have a mini worn-out golem.
Still, this is interesting to say the least. Never heard of magic in this capacity just randomly create life. I have to take a look and see if it makes it, if it's how long this effect is.
I mean, there's nothing in the mess that says living, just like it has responses.
Yeah.
Like you're in part disappointed because it means less questions, but sort of glad at the same time. There is no sentience or soul implanted in this. Some poor thing has not been relegated to an existence being a rock. Because that's a real I have no mouth and must scream kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming out of your Identify, it is... Oof. That got right into the forebrain, that bit. That stings. That's like having the wrong prescription glasses while also getting punched in the head.
Oof.
That was, yeah, I do believe that I have the answer to that. It has something to do with the Chaos Bolt. I do believe we can table the mystery on this for now. It's going to be interesting to see how long it lasts, at the very least. Oh well, I'm gonna have to prepare myself for a meeting tonight.
Same.
What do you plan on wearing, Cornelius?
Well, basically what I'm always wearing, just gonna add the West to it.
Oh dear.
What?
Maybe you should dress up a bit for it.
You're being told this by some shitty little kobold that pretty much wears his armor and traveling gear. I don't think he's ever fixed up his outfit.
Hey, I've worn some very flash clothes at times.
You have.
Cornelius, dress
Mm-hmm.
slightly above what you have been. You don't have to go fancy, but try to put some effort in.
Yes, exactly. That's what I always do.
No. I mean a step above what you normally do.
Cornelius will remember
As
this.
you just see the wizard in front of you wearing a very fashionable winter clothes. Well, I can probably mix
I
it
mean,
up
he's
with
not
some of the
much, but he looks nice.
Mhm.
Although he doesn't have the hot fashion topic of in Raxis of the rough.
What is now the rough is.
That's the big frilly collar. It's sort of like a circular dish around the neck.
Ah, no, that's a little much. That's not the fashion in Neverwinter.
Nope, that's a place of big bloomers.
There, imagine Neverwinter is just more the cravat.
Yeah, much more comfortable, less starchy. Because you never know when the city might become a fucking war zone again.
Tomorrow.
How about Castalia Malgern? What are you guys up to?
Hmm.
I'm petting my cat because she was so good today.
Right, forget about Malgern then.
Oh.
Fucking pet obsessed players. Anyway, Castalia, you said you weren't working the full day, so what is it you're up to?
Inspirations. So I'm gonna try and make something.
Well, what is it you are attempting to make?
A nice pair of shoes.
Tricky, you are a blacksmith, not a cobbler.
I know.
Sabatons.
What about metal shoe? Yeah, I was just.
Clogs. I carve out this solid piece of iron to fit a foot.
Oh God.
She's invented Crocs. It's kind of like the man in the Iron Mask, but for feet.
The ultimate red cap shoes.
Oh.
I remember how they turned
You've just
Malgern's crotch
awoken
into a
Malgern-
concave shape. I've always wanted to make
you've
them.
awoken Malgern's PTSD.
I just remember watching how Cornelius gracefully flew through the sky while holding his crotch.
Ah, fuck those things. Fuck those things so much.
So shoes, then.
Trying to make a bladed heel shoe. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So ice skates, okay.
Well, no, something she can do like a back kick on and stab.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So like the blade is the heel, or is it placed into the heel?
The heel is the blade.
Okay, so you're looking like high heels with a
Yes.
spike.
Yes.
Okay. Oof, that's going to be a steep angle. On the bright side, though, it will shape the ass magnificently. Or Cornelius, who's going to be wearing them, I'm sure. He's the only one in the group who'd be comfortable in heels, I imagine.
Medieval shape
Yeah,
ups.
like he's definitely wearing fashionable medieval
Yeah.
heels.
He's got his fashionable boots. Little bit of a raised sole.
They were made for walking.
Alrighty, well, the blade themselves aren't that much of an issue. You're able to work out a sturdy enough spike and then put an edge on it without compromising. The actual shoe, however, and the balancing of that, you feel very quickly, that's a tough one. For one thing, it's not like you've got anything for reference in the workshop. Like for the spike, easy enough, but for the shoe and all, the only shoes there come in a U shape. Not that useful, unless you were a 4th edition tiefling. Or 3rd edition.
That's right. 5th edition, they actually have feet, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whereas in 3rd edition, they could have had crab claws.
In third edition, they could have pretty much anything.
Haven't seen those. I've seen them with hooves, but
They were
crab
weird
claws.
far realm mutant things.
Oh.
But then
They could be
Asmodeus came
anything
along and
from-
said, you know what? These are my people. They're all going to look
Oh,
like
God.
me, charming devils. But if you consult with Yosef, he is able to lead you to one of his fellow crafts members, who does work in cobblery.
All right.
He's also going to ask why when you bring up the idea of a shoe.
Inspiration.
Because of, or, you know. Like, I'm just trying to. Well, I'm sort of picturing it in my head, lass. Because all I'm seeing right now is you're going to fuck up every carpet you come across. You're going to be very unpopular in some places.
It's mostly for use on the battlefield.
Will you be able to walk in them?
I believe so.
Alright, alright. You're going to need sturdy ones, though, and it can't just be a wee showpiece. Right, I know there's a wee mate, like he's 2 streets back on the left, Braben. He's got a wee shop, he's got fuck all for business lately. But he's good. He's actually good. Like, it's you know, like me, he's simply cursed with a bit of a lack of advertising. But you mentioned my name, put in a good word. Wear your non-working outfit, that'll probably work as well. But you just show up. Maybe with your big boyfriend as well, that'll be more convincing.
All right. So
That,
what was that name again?
Braben.
Braven?
No, Braben.
Oh, Brayburn.
Aye.
Very good.
He's a halfling, but you know, he can make tall shoes.
Oh, I'll stop by him after work tomorrow.
Yeah, you can look him up now if you want to. He's got fuck all to do, like I said. You know,
Alright.
strike while the iron's hot.
True.
Yeah, finally
Thank
got
you.
to roll that one out. I feel fucking chuffed. Like I said, I've been working this decades, I've never got to use that one. No, you're not going to make this a career shift. I'm still going to get you back here smacking the anvil, eh?
Right.
Good. Then you can fuck off. I've got actual work to do.
And so I go to meet with Brayburn.
It's
Or
a
find
modest
yourself.
little place. It is obviously not rife with business, but the shoes you see in the windows, nice, functional, not overly decorated. This is more
Nice.
your sort of lower to middle class. A lot of laborers' boots. And inside, with a fairly sizably devoured chicken, there's a halfling sitting on the counter. Rotund, of course. Huge feet, but absolutely shaved and pristine. Unfortunately, that also goes for the rest of him, too. There is no eyebrows, no hair, nothing. He's a cue ball of a halfling.
Greetings. Are you Brayburn?
That is the name above the door, and also the one upon me. Greetings, salutations, hello, and good morning. Afternoon, evening is one of those three. How may I do you for a bargain?
Yosef mentioned you were good with shoes.
Yosef. Ah, it's been many a year since I've heard that name. Probably about a week ago. I know about shoes. It's my entire life's work. So, as you can tell, I'm an exciting guy of adventure and style. With many exploits to my name. Did you once know I made a 4-inch heel? That's my legacy. One day I aspire to make a 5-inch, but the world is not yet ready for my expertise. So, I'm assuming there's a favour on the way. You dropping the name of a braggart like that?
Well, I was looking into a way of maybe weaponizing footwear.
Usually you do that by attaching it to a very big leg. Or in
I
your
was
case, you
thinking,
could hook a shoe under your horn. You'd have a sturdier impact surface. So I assume you've got a plan here. So come on, over here. Let's have a look. Let's have a Barnsey. I've
walk
got you.
over.
I've got you. Charcoal, pencil, ink. Go ahead. Show me what you're thinking.
Well, I would begin drawing the shoe with a high heel blade.
He glances at his own foot several times while you do that, and then down at yours. I wouldn't be quite ready to walk in those, let alone stab someone in the I mean, you'd get them in the toe and the ankle, but you're thinking of higher, aren't you? You're thinking of like a carving thing instead of a stabbing.
Mm, potentially.
Well, it would also be the one to work, because if you stab someone with it, it's going to work better, but you're also going to have your foot stuck in them. Like a glance and blow kind of thing, like the kind of knife wielded around by one of those little scale beasties. Right, I could do the shoe. I could help you do the shoe. Your coin could help me help you do the shoe.
All right.
More than one coin, actually. That's just a figure of speech. Like I'm saying coin, but I mean lots of coins. This could be a commission job. Tolerances will be a bit tricky. Material, I'm guessing you want something pretty flashy and showy.
Mm,
I mean, you're not gonna. You're just not gonna. You're not just gonna want fucking brown leather for something you're gonna be stabbing and slicing people with, are you?
no, no.
Yeah, there we go. So you're gonna shell out for a bit in this here. Right, I could help you. If you've got money, I can help you. But working out an estimate is going to be a tricky one, so... Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, it's probably going to have a couple of zeros attached to it. It's going to be in gold mined. But we could definitely do this. We could work it, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a whole product line and whatnot. I don't think this is going to catch on just because people have flooring that's going to get fucking carved up by this.
Right.
But if we make sure most of the weight's on the toes instead of the heel, this could work and all, even if the ground's a bit soggy. Right, I'm interested.
Oh, wonderful.
Right, don't forget to sign this here and all. It's your design. I'm gonna fix it, but for now, the basis is yours. So are you just a hammer beater like his ones? Right, well today, well, not today after all. I mean, I'm in the middle of lunch and that usually takes me until about 8. But day or two, we're gonna give this a go. We should have something workable.
Sounds good.
Good, good. I'm Brayburn, by the way.
I'm Castalia.
Yeah, there we go. I know you already knew my name, but I was giving you a chance to introduce your own. Right, squared away then. So, bright and bushy-tailed. Oh, never mind. Bright and pointy-tailed, I suppose, for you. And then we'll get to work.
All right.
All right, you can go now.
I nod and head home. Or for home.
Not knowing that at the place, Cornelius is now disappointed in his pet rock. It's not everything he was hoping. And there's still a Pufflesworth there.
So all in all, 2 disappointments.
But we're also at the 3-hour mark. So I don't want to kick off the dates tonight. What's what?
No, I could imagine that would be the case.
Yeah. They take a bit. And plus it's 5:30 for one person, and late for others. Even though it is a weekday, or a weekend. So yes, we'll end the session tonight. Pick up again tomorrow, or next week.
Tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow.
I mean, at this point I could. It's not like I have to prep a battle map unless the date's going to go really badly.
Immediately walks in, and oh hey, kindness, fireball.
Ah, there's the whore who was on my desk. How dare you touch a man's ink without his permission? You didn't even put the feather back at the 45-degree angle north facing that is required.
That is how I picture a battle between lizards, yes.
Do you know what happens when you put it at the incorrect angle? The sunlight hits it and the color fades. But yes, that'll be it for tonight.
Or I could just press it and did it away, but it's the principle.
Wizards are just Futurama bureaucrats with spells.
Yeah.
As opposed to those cool, as opposed to the cool sorcerers. Alrighty. And now to click the button that says stop streaming.